YOLO. At the time of this recording, the Powerball is sitting at 1.8 billion. Billion with a B. B-I-L-L-I-O-N. Dollars. Now, after taxes, that's still almost $1 billion that you'd get to keep. That's an absolutely ridiculous, life-changing amount of money. Let's say you win this absolutely life-changing amount of money. Would you even know what to do with it? There's a common saying, which is 70% of all lottery winners go broke within a few years, and 30-something% of those end up filing for bankruptcy. Not a very pretty picture from people who win millions of dollars. And if you win the Powerball, that's hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. So what are your steps that you need to take? What are the first things you need to secure and make sure that you do or don't do in order that you don't lose your money? Because they say a fool and his money are soon parted, and you're no fool. So here are the 5 steps you need to take in order to not go broke after winning the lottery. Step 1. Sign the ticket and stay quiet. You need to sign the back of the ticket because this ticket is the only proof you have that you're the lottery winner. If anything happens to this ticket, you lose all the money. Take a picture of it, timestamp it, make a photocopy, go to your local bank and put the ticket in a safety deposit box. If you get rain on that ticket and it gets destroyed, you just lost hundreds of millions of dollars. You cannot let anything happen to that ticket. It's your new lifeline. And stay quiet. The absolute worst thing you can do is post about it on social media and let other people know. It may come as a surprise to you, but there are bad people in this world who will do bad things for money. And if you go and start running your mouth about how you got the golden ticket, someone is going to try and snatch it from you. And do not tell your friends and family. At least not until you have secured the next couple of steps. It is a horrible idea to go and tell people that you think you can trust, only to find out how quickly they switch up on you when money is involved. Money does strange things to people. If people know you have money, they're going to try asking for it. They're going to want to get a little themselves. They're going to call you things like stingy or greedy and selfish for not sharing. Suddenly, people are going to start coming out of the woodworks. Cousins, aunts, uncles, distant relatives you don't remember, but they were like, oh, I haven't seen you since you were a baby. Friends from high school hit you up. Former co-workers from jobs that you were at. And the list goes on and on. They're all going to want a little piece of the pie, and you haven't even gotten anything yet, because all you did was secure your ticket. Don't tell anybody. Step 2. Build a team of professionals. Before you even go and cash in your ticket, you're going to want to get yourself some high-skilled people in your corner, because things are about to change fast in your life, and you're going to need advice and wise counsel. You're going to need a lawyer. You're going to need a fiduciary, tax experts. You're going to need an accountant and a CPA. You're going to have to meet with these people and talk over what the best strategy is. For example, some states do not allow you to anonymously collect the reward. They require you to go in, get your picture taken, it'll be all over the news, and then everyone and their cousin is going to know who you are and that you have money. Do you want that to happen before you hire a private security team to protect you and your loved ones? Me personally, I wouldn't want that. Are you going to go in and collect the money, cash the ticket yourself? Or are you going to have the lawyers and accountants put it in some kind of a trust system for you? So technically you aren't connected to the money. Because as soon as people learn you have money, they're going to start suing you and trying to take it. So if the money is in your legal name, people can try and take it from you. But if it's in some kind of an entity structure, such as a living trust, there's going to be differences in legality. They can sue you all the livelong day, but since you don't technically own the money, they can't get any of it. You can still collect it, but how and when you collect it will be determined by the outlines of the trust. And that's where you're going to need professionals who know what to do, how to set things up. Think of it like a castle. You suddenly inherited this wonderful castle and all this land, but everywhere around you, on the outskirts of your kingdom, are barbarians looking to ransack and pillage. If you don't take the time to set up your defensive structures, you're going to get completely overrun and wiped out. That's what the team of professionals are. They are your defensive force. They set up your walls, your moats, your turrets, so that any marauding bandits who try to steal what you have can't even get to the castle. Step 3. Decide how to claim and collect. You've got the ticket, it's secure. You've met with your team, they've gone over the plans. Now you have to decide how you're going to claim and collect the money. If you're allowed to claim it anonymously, or if you have to go in person, or if you could put the ticket into a legal entity like a trust. All these things your team will help you decide and figure out. That way you're not trying to go in blind. Then comes the hard part. Do you want to take the one lump sum or the annuity, the lifelong payment until it's over, however many years long it will last? For some people who have high levels of financial education, the lump sum makes more sense. Me personally, I would take the lump sum because I know how to invest it so that compound effect will kick in and I will be able to grow that money much faster. Other people, they don't have as much financial literacy, or they actually have spending problems. Maybe they're tens of thousands of dollars in credit card debt. They're not going to be able to responsibly handle a large amount of money all at once. They might want the annuity, where they're paid every single year a small percentage of the total lottery winnings. That way they're actually able to handle their affairs and don't end up going broke in the long run. Step 4. Solidify your defenses. It happens all the time. You get a notification that X platform or website had a data breach and your information got leaked. Well, how many times do you reuse the same password on one website to another, or even for more important things like your bank account? If you have ever been part of a data breach, you have to consider everything is compromised. And if anyone finds out you have money and that you were compromised, they have a very high likelihood of being able to freeze you out of your own accounts. Don't let that happen. You're going to open a new account that only you and your team know of and have access to, and that's where the money's going to go. You are going to change your passwords on everything, and you are not going to have any kind of connection between your personal accounts and this quote-unquote business account that you and your team have. Make sure you have protection against fraud and identity theft. The last thing you want is someone getting a hold of your socials and trying to get access to large amounts of debt using your name. You may have incredible large amounts of money, but it's going to suck if next thing you know, you're no longer John Doe. Some guy in Kansas is John Doe, and he racked up a couple $1 million in debt because they know you're a lottery winner, so they thought it was safe to approve it. A headache you don't want to have to deal with. Get all the digital protection you can. And if you were required to go in person and people were able to see you and learn who you were to collect the money, you may want to consider getting physical protection and hiring a security detail depending on the amount of money you win. Because the sad thing to say is, winning that kind of money will make you an instant target. So make sure you have all your defenses ready. And finally, step number 5, financial literacy and education. You have large amounts of money, you've got your defenses set, you have either claimed one lump sum or an annuity. Now you got to figure out what you want to do with your money. Are you going to donate it all to charity? Are you going to quit your job and travel the world? Are you going to buy the Bugatti and multi-million-dollar mansions? What exactly is the smartest move for you to do with your money so that you never run out? You always have the freedom to do what you want, help who you love, and the safety to enable that you can actually do it for the long term. You need to learn how money works, how to invest, hundreds of millions of dollars put into a savings account, and then just living off the interest would guarantee you the rest of your life free from ever having to work. But you would also be losing purchasing power over the long run. Once you've learned all this about money, you can invest it or spend it however you choose. It's your money. You just have the safety and security and the peace of mind to know that you'll never go broke again. No one in your family is going to be tasting hunger because you'll have all your estate planning set everything up. These are the first 5 steps you should take after winning the lottery or coming into a large inheritance of any kind. But let me know in the comments below if you play the lottery. I personally don't. I take the money that I have and I invest it for the long run, because I see the 1 in 292 million something odds is way too low for me. But if you do end up playing the lottery and win, now you know the 5 steps you need to take so that you and yours can be safe and actually never go broke. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you actually win, maybe throw a little bit of it my way as a thank you for this knowledge that helps you stay safe in the long run. But with that, I will wish you good luck, and I'll catch you on the flip side.